Hello, everyone. This is Adlan Fela, Chief Analyst of WIBUZ. Pleasure to have today Magnus Johansson, CEO of WIBUZ. How are you today, Magnus?
Good. Thank you, Adelaine, to have me. Looking forward to this talk.
All right, that's great. Can you give us more details? Lots of MSPs are suspicious about jumping from one lock-in to another. In your words, how does WIBUZ need indeed avoid locking them in?
Yeah, so in the end, we are a membership. And in that sense, it is that when you choose to an operating system like Windows or Android, you are making a commitment to develop under that umbrella. But it doesn't mean that if you want to switch operating systems, you can. So that I think that's the way we have architected WiBIPOS. So traditional lock-in happens when vendors control the controller and the licenses. And it's their firmware, it's their updates. And if you want to leave that, your device becomes bricked. So that is the biggest difference versus how WIBUZ works in the WiBIPOS is that we put a layer on top of your hardware. And you keep, we call it, bring your own tech stack and bring your own subscriptions or licenses. So you bring that in, and those are yours. And if it is that you want to swap a Ruckus for an open Wi-Fi or add open Wi-Fi, you do that. And that doesn't, you don't pay us for that. You pay us for being member of the operating system.
Okay. Now, getting a little bit deeper in details here, we know that every vendor excels at something, whether it's a portal monetization or location-based marketing. How do you position WIBUZ differently, and why should MSPs be interested?
Yeah, I think each of these solution providers are still kind of a silo. They say, okay, join this, and yes, you can bring Ruckus, you can bring Meraki, you can bring, but it's still in that silo of Cloud for Wi. And we are not. We are saying, if you want to pick different solutions and pull together your ideal MSP, that is what you do under the umbrella of our OS, because we are API first in our architecture. So we can allow anybody that has APIs to integrate once and then be available to everybody at the multi-vendor or orchestration.
Okay, great. Very important question that I'm sure will generate the interest of the audience. And the third most recurring question we get is, how can MSPs differentiate in this co-opetition model? How does that work?
Right. Yeah. So we call it the builder's universe. And the idea here is that when you come into this universe, we have a lot of pre-integrated modules already, because we've been in this game for 10 years. We've worked behind the scenes with some of the largest telcos in the industry. With that is that you can leverage on that. You don't pay for those modules. You pay for the membership. And as you come in, we have what we call a dynamic roadmap, is that you decide what it is that you want to integrate. So you bring your tech stack, you bring your solutions, and then say, we want this, and we want it to work this way under your operating system. And with our live SDK team, we then work with your team and we integrate it, and it becomes your part. But that integration with a hospitality management or a payment gateway or a AAA, that integration is generic, and that becomes a module in the operating system. So when the next MSP comes in, they can leverage on that. But your secret sauce, it stays with you. And this becomes then what we call co-opetition. And it really helps accelerate. The more people that comes into the universe, the quicker new things are added to it, and it becomes like the tide lifts all boats.
Any final thoughts?
Well, we have to remember that we are not here to chain you to another closed system. WiBIPOS is truly the Android moment, if we call it that, for managed Wi-Fi. And it unlocks your multi-vendor freedom. It fosters the co-opetition, so you can pivot, grow, and stay unique on your own terms. So I think that's the key message that we want to leave everybody with, that you moving in to get what we call permissionless innovation, and you can scale with confidence. So thank you.
Sure. No, thanks for participating. Again, we have a series of activities together, the monthly webinars, the weekly newsletter. WIBUZ is a big believer of marketing activities. Thank you, Magnus, for your support.
Yes, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.